Live and for session 9 of June. We possibly could come to the end of it. Depends what the guys do or want to do afterwards. But yes, session 9 after they not die. Well, it's possible you might not die. Who knows? But after nuking the no ship in space in orbit around the moon last week, they're returning to the planet in an attempt to get their second target for this mission done, which is killing the Golem Emperor that the Ordos want to put in place of the current Parashore Emperor. So you're on your way back to the planet. Mm-hmm. Are you, Steve?
Hello, Steve.
Yes, hello, Steve. We're not quite genocidal maniac. Come corporation, yeah, absolutely. No, civilization is safe.
I tell you what, we're not nearly as genocidal as Steve was when I played a friendly game of Blood Bowl with him last night. We actually played 2. I won the first one, but the second one, I think Steve was like, right. I finished with 0 players. 0 players left. None. He wiped my team out.
I saw your official match between the two of you.
Yeah.
I saw the highlights. That was quite hotly contested between the two of you.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, because that was my 3rd game in the league, so Steve's players were just way better than mine because I just played Ricket, so I had no players left at all. Over half my team were what they call journeyman players, which are these crappy ones that you get to just fill your team when you haven't got enough. I had 5 players left after Ricket. It's an 11-player game. He annihilated me. So playing Steve, and I'm like, every time I try to do the re-roll, bollocks, did you? Every time I tried to do a re-roll, these journeyman characters were like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the re-roll. Fuck you. So I'm like, why? This is so hard. And his players all had skills and abilities, and mine didn't.
How do you get proper players then?
Well, you start with them and they get better. Just mine are all dead. I have now replaced them. I'm only 3 players short of a team now.
That is a slight disadvantage if you do want to play a game.
Yeah, but no, I'm doing well. I did have an additional loss that I'm a bit ashamed of. Because I arranged to play this guy and it was just a very impromptu thing. He put a post up saying, "Does anyone want to play a game?" I was midway through playing against the AI with my with my Lizardman team that I've been playing with against the AI. I'm going to use Lizardman next season, and so I went into this game against this other guy, thinking like I was playing my Lizardman, and then I was in a series of 6 turns in a row where all I had to do was roll a dice at 2 or more to score, and I couldn't. Just couldn't do it.
That sounds like me using Roll20. Okay. So you return to the planet. You return to the planet in your ornithopter after your nuking of the no ship. Where are you headed? Are you going back to your safe house, or are you heading back to the palace?
Down to the planet.
We are going to the palace. We're bringing all the other ornithopters with us, and we are detonating those canisters that we hid inside the vending machines. So their high command, who's are now just going to get knocked out for however long that lasts. So they'll have no high command. Their no ship's just blown up. Everyone's in a panic, and then we're going to strafe the bloody palace with all our ornithopters. In that confusion, we're going to get out, find this Gola, kill him, and/or capture him, and then get the hell out of Dodge.
Okay.
Did you say how long it would take to detonate, Phil, or was it just about I have to donate them within however many days?
It was 6 days. Within 6 days, you had to detonate them.
Yeah, because you rolled a 1 on the dice. So after 6 days, you had to use it because the gas would sort of
that's fine.
effectual after 6 days.
But
But
you
we didn't
never
decide how
said,
long
did
they'd
you?
last.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I
That
thought,
was,
but
that
I
was
just
never
suddenly wondered.
defined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can set the canisters off anytime you want, but the gas would not be as effective after 6 days.
Okay.
Which I believe you've still got at least another day in hand.
Oh god, we got loads. We did.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
thing-
we're on time. Yeah.
Yeah, like we went straight from doing that, had a little scan around the planet, and then searched the moon. So yeah, no, we're loads of time on that. Gas is still working.
So you call in your other ornithopters to sort of like to converge on your position. Bertim gets on the onto the communications equipment and sends out a code to for the destination of all the canisters. Yeah, I suppose perhaps Darius, you might be scanning the airways for information.
Yep.
As Atomic is flying, and yeah, you start hearing some chatter that something's happened on the planet. There's a big uproar. The military's in a bit of a panic. Something's gone wrong at the base, and you can see you get a message from your team you left on the planet that the communications net is down. All available military units are converging on that large base, the command post that you'd infiltrated.
Okay.
As your ornithopters meet with you in orbit and you start your re-entry into the atmosphere, you can see there's a lot of ships, a lot of ornithopters leaving the palace. Quite heavy ships as well, obviously carrying a lot of weight. Small ornithopters, obviously, in support of them. And you seem to think that there's that they're using a lot of these forces to go and see what's happening at their main command post. So you're thinking that the palace is going to be fairly stripped of any sort of security when you get there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I think
Fingers
we'll do
crossed.
then, I think we should not attack just yet. We'll launch an ornithopter air raid on the palace as we're leaving, and then use that as distraction to help us get away. Because at the moment, everyone's leaving. We can just land with all the air traffic going on. We can just sneak in.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Yes,
my
I
only
had no issue
concern
with
is
sneaking in.
if our target's actually on one of those ships. This might be
No. Just think about what they're using him for. They're not going to send their faux emperor to a military base that's under attack.
You wouldn't think so.
And I'm sort of assuming you're still in your tech guy's uniform.
I guess we are, yeah.
You never said you changed.
Yeah, so we are.
Okay, so as you approach the palace, you can see it's almost like tower upon tower upon tower, going up to a big central tower, and at the bottom there seems to be a huge, like, slit gash along the base of the towers, with a light shining out across an apron of all these ornithopters taking off from this huge hangar that's at the base of the palace.
I almost want to shout out, "Hello, we're here about your internet."
I've got another idea, right? Why don't we actually go to the main tower? We'll just abseil down onto it, and then have this ornithopter buzz off.
Sorry, we'll just abseil down a tower.
Into the tower, like through a window or something.
You do remember I'm a souk doctor, right? I've never abseiled in my life on anything, let alone a tower this high.
We'll just land in all the confusion then.
I wonder how that's going to go.
Well, I'll take your lead on it, but even so, General,
we'll give you the short answer. It's not going.
It'd be Atomic lands locally on the windowsill while Bertim and Darius plunge to their deaths.
Yep. That's
Thank
pretty
you
much what would
so
happen.
much.
Yeah, well, I finished genociding House Ordos. I thought I'd do the party.
Yeah, because you never got to blow up your own city, did you? So, yeah, okay. So
Yeah, we'll land on the apron.
As you spiral in, you land on to one edge of the apron, away from the main activity.
Okay.
And you can see lines of troops running towards ornithopters, and as they climb slowly into the air, obviously heavily loaded.
We'll have ours take off and rejoin the others, and they're going to just stay nearby to do the air raid when we want to leave.
So, I mean, have you got someone in your ornithopter with you, or?
Well, yeah, I didn't even think I was flying it, to be honest.
Okay. Okay, you got a pilot then. Okay, so he touches down, your door swings open, and you jump out onto the apron. And as you're walking away, you feel a wind breeze past you as he lifts back off into the air. And like I say, it's a very busy scene in front of you. Equipment being moved, and ships taking off, and the hangar is extremely empty of ornithopters now. And it's the last few troops, heavily armed troops, running towards the last remaining ornithopters. And there's several different exits from this big hangar. There's a couple on the side you are, and a couple at the back, and a couple on the far side.
Okay. I grab some private and I say, you, sir, private.
Oh, what do you want?
You need to escort us into the main palace.
What are you here to do?
Oh, it's tech, classified. But
I need to know where to take you.
Ah, right. That is classified. I don't know if are you briefed on the Gola?
The what?
The Gola? No, not briefed. I can't tell you then. Just take me into the main tower. Me and my team.
Can I see your clearance, please?
Jesus Christ, man! There's an attack.
All
Just get us in there.
All the more reason for security.
What are you talking about? Clearance? Everything's in a panic. There is no paperwork. I've just been given a verbal order to come and sort the Gola out. That's it.
I'll have to check. And he walks over to a panel beside one of the doors nearest you. And he pushes a few buttons. Another officer appears on the screen, and they start talking. And you can see him. He just gesticulates behind him towards you, and shrugs his shoulders. Then the screen goes black, and he turns to you. He says, "Right, I can take you in to the guard. Take you in as far as the guard post, and we can get it sorted there."
Sure.
Follow me, and he types a code into the door, and the door slides open. You go, in you go.
Thank you, Private.
And he said, "Have you got toolkits and stuff with you?"
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have whatever tools we used in the big base.
And he says, "Yeah, they've got no record of anyone calling tech for anything. Nothing, so they don't know what it is about. So they just need to find out where you've got to go and just make sure you're meant to be here."
Right.
And he's walking ahead of you, just leading you down this corridor.
Mm-hmm.
What are you waiting for, Atomica?
What, you want me to take him?
I have a
Yes,
feeling...
isn't this what normally happens at this point?
Could do, but I'd rather just have him take us all the way.
But what if he turns around and says we shouldn't be here and chucks us out?
Well, then I get the las gun out.
Case in point.
No, what are you saying? Sorry, I was miles away.
Oh no, we were talking about the classified target of our mission.
Yes, that's why we were whispering.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, there's lots of secrets around here at the moment. A lot going on.
It's nothing personal.
Oh no, of course I understand. I'm only a private. He goes, right. The guard post is just down this corridor at the end. And he gets to the door and he types in another code and the door opens. And you go into a room and there's about 4 other people in this room, 4 other guards. And they're all sitting at consoles. One of them's just getting up and he picks up a clipboard and he goes over to a bank of a panel of lights on the wall and starts writing down some notes on some paper. He looks across and goes, these are the people you said have arrived for some tech problem?
Yes.
Yes.
As I'm passing the private, the one who's led us here, I sort of lean into him and I say, just remember, you're not a private, you're a general in waiting.
Oh, thank you. He's sort of like, someone recognises I've been of use. And he sort of, I'll leave them here with you then. I better get back to my post. And he turns and leaves the room. And this
bit of silver tongue might just make it go.
To which I say to you, Darius, if he turns out like Atomica, then we're in for a bit of a shock.
So this guy with the clipboard comes over to you and he sort of looks up and goes, right, what are you meant to be doing here? We've got no record of anyone calling you. Who called you?
Everything's pandemonium, in case you hadn't noticed. The main base is under attack. Our no ship's been blown up. And we're here to sort out the Gola.
What do you mean? How do you know anything about that? It shouldn't be.
We would like to be able to tell you how we know about that, but
we are the team for that.
We can't.
We are classified.
Oh, I've heard. He goes over and he checks through some other paperwork. He says, "I've got nothing here about tech guys coming for being allowed in for that." He says,
well, technically,
the plausible deniability squad.
Yes,
but I don't know why you were in here doing that. The Ixians are already handling that, surely.
No, they wanted somebody of House Ordos. This is a House Ordos matter.
Ah, okay. Well, I'll take you up to them then. Yes, you better follow me. You 3, hold the post. Carry on with what you're doing. And yeah, I'll be back in a minute. You 3 better follow me. And he takes you back out the way you came to a set of lifts, and he punches the door. And when the lift opens, he gestures for you to go in. He follows you in, and he presses for the 39th floor.
We'll need to know that in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
No, you were saying you didn't want to abseil down. How do you think we're getting out?
Have you brought rope with you?
Plenty on the ornithopter.
Are you suggesting the lift is going to stop working or something?
You think we're going to walk out of this? No, we're flying away in confusion. That's what we're doing.
So as the doors open, he leads you out and left. He takes you down a corridor. You're passing many doors on the way down. Majority of them are closed, some are open, and there's a few people in. But pretty much the palace is seeming pretty empty. There's very few people, a lot less than you would assume would normally be here. And he says, right, he says, I've got to go. Those doors at the end of the corridor, the double doors, go through there, and you're in the control room.
Right.
And he turns around and goes back to the lift.
When he's got into the lift and closed the doors and stuff, I sort of look cautiously around and say, "This seemed far too easy."
The control room isn't where our Gola is. I don't think we're still gonna have to work our way past some more people. Do we have rebreathers for the knockout gas? Because you still got the rest of your things, right? But can we detonate them in the room we're in if we've got masks on?
I mean, obviously, I've not verbalized that, but I would imagine we would have something.
You could, yeah, if you had something like that, that would work. Yes.
Okay. then let's make sure we each know where our rebreathers are in our toolkit, because we're about to go into a control room, and I've no idea how many people are in here. But do be ready with your vials.
Okay. Yes. The one thing we can definitely say is we will not be in control
No, I will be.
of the control room.
To begin with. Yeah. There's an initiative order.
So yeah, you can. There's nothing stopping you getting to the doors. Like I said, it is a fairly long corridor. It's fairly well lit, and there are doors off either side of it. All of them, pretty much all of them, are shut.
Okay, then we just walk all the way down.
Windows, peepholes.
No, what in the doors?
Yeah.
No, there's no windows or peepholes in the doors now.
Look for the keyhole.
No, there's all electronic keys and stuff, and there's just a numbered reference next to each door on the wall.
Let's just walk in like we own the place and know what we're doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you walk up to the double doors. How are you just gonna? What are you gonna do? You're just gonna try and open them, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You push the button on the side of the door, and the doors slide open. You can see a control room, which is basically a long panel in front of some slant windows that slant slightly away from you. In there are three guys in white coats and a heavily armed Ordos soldier.
Mm-hmm.
One of the guys with the white coats on looks around and says, "What do you want?" And he goes back to what he's doing.
Are there any snack machines in here?
Yeah, there could be. Yeah, why not? There could be a snack machine.
I'm just wondering if we should just revert to that plan rather than sort of waiting for the gas to take effect while we're in there.
At least
it's
consistent.
We're just here to sort the machine out. Don't mind us. It's maintenance. And I'll walk over to the snack machine.
Takes three of them to do that, right? Yeah. He says, mumbling as he goes back. And
to which I turn around and say, "Yes, when you want it done properly and perfectly."
Oh God.
I just pull on your shirt.
And you can see.
I was half expecting you to say something like, "You're not just a scientist; you're a professor in waiting."
Right. No, my reason for saying that was very simple.
No, I get it, but
I don't.
Well,
Don't antagonize the person we just got past.
Quite the contrary with him. I was buttering him up.
Right,
making him think, making him feel that we weren't looking down on him as some private.
The more you talk to them, the more attention they pay to us.
The three guys in white coats, they are quite they're quite reasonably, they're quite tall, much taller than an average person, but they're very thin and very pale skinned. And they're quite intent. They're muttering between each other and pushing buttons and looking out through these windows into the other side of that.
We'll just pack the vending machine full of our vials then. We'll put in twice as many as we need to, and then I suggest we just head out into one of the rooms we went past that we didn't see anyone in, that had an open door but nobody in, and detonate.
Okay. So you say you're all done, and the guard just watches you leave, and you hear just as you're leaving, you just hear someone pushing buttons on the vending machine. As the door shuts, you find a room fairly close, maybe two doors down the corridor. The door's open. There doesn't appear to be anyone in there. But when you go in there, it's very similar to scene you see to the one you saw in the base, with those lines and lines, shelves and shelves of the glove thing with the flattened end to it, the flattened barrel, and the little microphone piece.
They're missing their guns again.
That's not the point. Did you not see that somebody's about to use the vending machine?
Well, that wouldn't matter. It's still going to deliver the stuff. It's just our vials are in the corner of the machine somewhere.
Oh, I wasn't sure if they were just in like the dispenser bit,
Oh,
so
well,
they
that's
would see. Oh my God, there's all this stuff.
We wouldn't do that, because then they would have gone off ages ago at the command center.
I assumed you put it in the
Okay,
back.
cool. I'm just checking.
Yes, you go in, and there's
Okay.
shelves and shelves, there's racks and racks of these snub nose hand gloves. With it looks like a gun with this little mouthpiece that you saw back at the main base.
Yeah, but where's the weapon? I tell you what, I'm going to put one of them in my toolkit because I'll have it analysed later.
Okay, you pick one up.
Because it seems weird that we come across them again and there's no weapon.
Mm.
So you, how are you going to detonate this? Who's detonating the gas?
Well, that'll
Me,
be
presumably.
Dr.
Burton?
Baquez.
Okay, so Burton, you give the signal that you're going to do it, and you detonate the gas. You wait for a second. There's a just sort of a low from the room just down the corridor, and you can see some yellowish smoke just seeping through the cracks of the door.
Okay, we give it however long it takes for it to have its effect. I assume not long. Put our rebreathers on and enter the room.
Was
Guns
this
drawn.
what was it? What was it again? Was it knockout gas, or was it some sort of poison?
It
I
was
can't remember.
knockout. It was definitely knockout. No. I didn't want to do any poison. I was very much morally against that, so it was knockout gas.
Okay, yeah. So you the door slides open again, and a cloud of this yellow gas sort of billows out around you. And as you walk in, it's quite hard to see through it. And you see the four people, the three guys in white coats, and the soldier lying on the floor. And the soldier's got a chocolate bar in his hand.
Nice. I grab the chocolate bar and eat it.
Focus, General, focus.
So with the control panels then, we need to try and figure out where the Gola is. So we need to see if we can figure this out.
Okay, so
Well, I was hoping you would figure this out.
Well, all of us need to figure this out because one of us might succeed.
okay, so as you stand at the control panels, what are you going to do? You start flicking switches and see what happens, or what are you
Well,
going to
see
do?
if we understand what we're looking at first.
Not, yeah.
Okay, what you can see is there seems to be an awful lot of readouts here.
Mm-hmm.
Can you all make me some roll for? Now, what would that work on that? Observation. Observation. I think it's not
There's
like a
equipment
perception.
as well.
Oh, make an equipment roll. Yeah, where's the equipment to? Oh, yeah, they're in Prayers of the Righteous.
Yeah. Can devices count towards that, perchance?
Yes, they're certainly devices.
Okay.
So I get nothing in equipment, but I do get, of course, my base dice roll, so I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I have.
Did you say perception based?
Yes.
Logic based. Perception based. Okay.
Oh, I got a 6 on the drama die, and that is a 7 total for me.
I rolled a 6.
Oh no, I keep forgetting to add the 6. Sorry, that's 13 then.
13.
Apologies.
Okay. And Tomago got a 6 as well, and Darius
I got 6 in total.
6 in total. Oh, okay. So, yeah, you sort of Tomico, you think you find a lot of switches that seem to control lights and temperature and things like that, airflow and such. And Doctor, you seem to, when you look at the screens and stuff, you can see some of them, they're all bio readouts for heart or brain waves and all sorts of things like that. Nervous system, how that's operating.
My goodness, I wasn't
For
expecting
how many
this.
people, or just one?
Just one. But it seems to be there's a readout for almost every single aspect of a body.
Oh, so is
The
this the
Emperor?
control room for the Gola? For the Gola Emperor?
Yeah, could be.
Could be.
Well, who else is an extremely important person here?
Well, let's flick every fucking switch we can then.
Put it into override. It's almost like pulling the plug.
Okay, so yeah, you start flicking these switches in front of you, Atomica. these dark panels in front of you
Well,
suddenly
just
start.
time out a second. Gola, they're essentially they're reanimated.
Okay, what we know in world is that they are made from. You take the cell, can be even from a dead person,
Yeah.
and these Ixion, this race of Ixions, managed to make a new person, a clone from that dead person's cell.
Okay.
That's what we know in character.
Yeah.
Out of character, it relates to these Ixion birthing pods, which are actually the female Ixions. You don't find that out till about book 6, I think. Chapter House Dune. And the Ixions are like really fucked up people. And
No, my point being, we can overload this and happily kill the Gola, but aren't we going to have to take the body with us? Because if we leave the body there, can't we just reanimate it again?
They won't be able to reanimate it. They'll be able to grow another Gola. But the thing is, they've got the DNA from somewhere else anyway, and so they have that DNA. We can't stop them doing that. But we can kill this one, and then they'll have to grow a new one. Because they'll have spent 20 years training this thing.
Yeah.
Mentally conditioning it and all the rest.
I was just a little worried about.
I mean, yeah, they'll be able to make another one, but they don't need this body for it because they've already got the DNA somewhere.
Okay.
That is called SEP.
What's that?
Someone else's problem.
Yes. Okay. So, yeah, you start flicking on these switches, and the dark wall that's above the control panel in front of you, lights start to flicker on behind them. They're actually windows, and you're looking out into a lab, and in the lab, you can see a big tank with a light blue light shining from inside of it.
That's not good. We've got to get that red.
Why red specifically? Why not just turn it off?
I think lasgun.
Oh, fine.
Not shielded, is it? I'll lasgun it. The pod.
Off from where you are.
Yeah, it's not shielded, is it?
At this point, I would like to maybe step like 7 or 8 miles.
Yep. Find some cover.
Let's find out if it's shielded.
Boom.
12 megatons.
and next week's game,
roll up some new characters.
So, can you roll me a shoot roll then, please?
If I know ranged combat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it dex or reaction?
It's going to be dex.
Okay. Actually, not that good at this. I rolled a 7.
Oh, okay. Nothing on the drama die?
No, nothing worthwhile.
Okay. 7. So you take aim and you fire your last gun, and as the beam lances out, it obviously cuts a neat hole in the window, and you aiming directly at the case, are you?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, where I think the body is.
Yeah. You're just waving it around a bit, or you're just one shot. Yeah.
You know the bit that has the actual body in. I'm just gonna basically play noughts and crosses on it. With the laser.
Okay. So you as you slice up and down with the beam, you see this beam cutting across the room and biting into the case in front of you. And as it does, the glass window shatters, the light flickers off, and a gush of fluid comes out over to the floor. And you keep cutting away with the last gun.
Well, I think noughts are going to get this.
All of a sudden, when this happens, all of a sudden, alarms and klaxons start all over down the corridor and all over the palace.
Let's have an air raid, please.
Okay, so yeah, you call in your air raid.
Yeah.
After a short period, you can hear explosions from distant explosions from outside.
Right. What we need to do then is get the head of the Gola, because if they haven't got the whole thing, they definitely can't reanimate it. And
Yes.
then make our way to
An exit.
an exterior window.
The nearest exit. Okay.
Exterior window.
Oh
Okay,
dear.
so you can you see over in the corner. There's actually a door out into this lab room.
39
So you go
floors up.
through there, and who's actually beheading the corpse? Is that the doctor's job, or
Sure.
It is already dead, so you're not breaking your moral code.
No, I suppose I'd be
I
treating
mean,
it as a dissection of sorts.
yeah. I guess it depends on whether we want it to be.
Post-mortem.
We want it to be sort of surgical or just practical. Because Atomica would be more than able to
Yeah.
just.
I think surgical would have some benefits. It will be clean and no part of the nervous system will remain connected or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you sever the head. You reach in and you use we've got a laser scalpel. One of your tools you've got in your toolbox to sever the head. You pull out this head dripping of an older man, fairly dark hair, and just blood just leaking from the severed neck. It's almost cauterized, but it's just a few last drops dripping away. What are you gonna? You're gonna just carry the head with you? Where are you gonna transport the head?
We've got toolkits.
Okay, so you're gonna have to take some tools out to get the head in.
Fine. I'll just take my guns.
Okay,
All
so
right.
you'll do that, and you put the head in the box. Are you going back out the way you came?
No, we're
No,
going
the
for a window. We don't want to
Okay,
go past all those security stations. We'll just go out a window. And
Yeah,
have
but
an
I mean,
ornithopter pick us up.
the room you're in has no window, so you're going to go back out at least into the corridor where you've come
Oh,
out.
right.
Find the nearest window. Hopefully, we are on the ground floor.
No,
No, we're
on
on floor
39th floor.
39. Yeah.
Right. How right. I don't know how to politely say this. This is slightly more dangerous than the let's abseil to the tower thing.
Well,
Right.
regardless, we're
But
abseiling apparently.
it's still abseiling. It's just reversed.
You notice that the explosions from outside have stopped.
Oh, shit. Did we lose all our
Uh-oh.
ornithopters?
I know you can put a call into them.
Come in, number 6. Are you okay up there?
Sorry, I don't know what your rank is actually, Becky. You got a rank?
General.
General. Oh, General. Yes, we're still here. We're still in the air, you said, but they've turned the house shield on.
Any ornithopters inside the shield?
No, we were too far away firing when they actually initiated the shield, so we managed to stop firing pretty quickly. But
Okay. So we have to turn the shield off then. So there's 2 ways to do that. One is you make them turn it off by firing lasers and drawing them incredibly close to the shield,
Or we do it.
or we try and do it from inside. So I suggest we attempt both. Make them too scared to leave the shield on if you can. Meanwhile, we'll go and find a way to turn it off from inside if we can.
¿Por qué no los dos?
okay, good luck, he says.
Yeah, don't accidentally get so close that you actually cause a nuke, because I am inside, as are my friends.
I'm so pleased that you mentioned us, General.
I just think you could have done that instead of breaking in and beheading the Emperor. But yeah, you go back to the elevator, and on the way you see you pass a room, and you can see in the room there are 3 or 4 guards actually out on the floor. 3 or 4 Ordos guards.
Mm-hmm.
As you see this as you're waiting for the lift
All right. What do you mean out on the floor? You mean like lying on the floor?
Yeah, completely. Yeah, been knocked out. We've knocked out,
Who did that?
or are you going to go and investigate? You can check them out, or
Yeah.
okay. So as I know Darius is calling the lift, you just dive into this storeroom, and again, it's one of these ones with racks and racks of these guns, and you check the first body, and you can see he's had first one's had his neck broken. The second one has a stab wound. The next one has his head caved in, and the fourth one has his neck broken.
Well, who did that? That wasn't me.
Can
Sure, I'd have remembered.
Can you make me an observation roll, please?
Head caved in.
Okay, observation. And hang on. Intellect perception. 4 dice plus 3.
As in, like just like a big blunt trauma, or as in a big hand would have just crunched
Can I
the
just
head.
say 6 and drama dice 6.
Oh, that's very good. Yeah.
Nice.
He's been hit by something blunt force.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I can see the thing that did this, and I think we're about to be attacked by it.
No, you don't see anyone else in the room, but you can see the bodies have obviously been, in your opinion, been very skillfully taken out. They've not even unholstered the weapons or anything. They've not even got a shot off, and they've been dispatched. And as you glance up and to see where the others are, you notice that several of these weapons, a case of these weapons, have actually been taken off the shelves.
Oh, somebody's trying to make the most of our distraction. We're not the only anti-Ordos agents here.
Apparently not.
No, we're trying.
Except whoever this is a lot better at it than we are.
Yeah, but being
beg your
anti-Ordos
pardon.
doesn't necessarily mean pro us.
Well, you're not doing too badly.
I was very proud of that knockout gas, thank you.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I was just not thinking about the shield. Maybe was an oversight on my part.
The radio crap was back on, and it's Ornithopter 6 again. He said we've picked up some transmissions. There's a small force headed back to the palace since we started the attack. They should be here in 10 or 15 minutes.
10 or 15 minutes. Right. Well, we need to work quickly then. And if we don't, what I want you to do is to break off and go bomb some cities. Cause carnage everywhere and anywhere you can until I get back in contact.
Stephen, you know that bit at the start when I said, what was that you were saying about genocidal? I get it now. I get it now. I take it all back.
It's a strategy, right? We're sowing. Right, look, we've got limited resources. We've caused a lot of devastation, right? But we're now against the clock, right? We need to get out of here quickly. If we can't, then we just need to sow as much confusion and disperse as many of their forces as possible to make it as easy for us to escape as we can.
I think Atomica is what we would call a genocide apologist at this point.
Clearly not. I'm the instigator.
See, vindicated. Stephen has been vindicated.
Oh, yes, that's right. It's not you who did the killing, it's somebody else.
Yeah, I just gave the orders. I didn't do the killing, I just gave the orders.
I've made Stephen feel good.
Yes, you have. So, yep. So the lift arrives and the doors ping as they open. And there's a nice white lift there inside. Empty.
Okay,
where you going, up or down?
We're going to go back to the ground floor, try and get back out to the bay.
Yeah. Okay.
Only thing we can do, really.
Okay. I just wondered if you was because you did say about shields, but I thought you was.
Well, I don't know where it is.
Okay. You can you get in the lift and you press for the ground floor, and you stand there and wait for a while.
But there is another way to get through a shield, and that's to walk through it slowly.
You can you can arrive at the ground floor again, and you know off to the right is the guard post you were brought to, and to the left is back to the bay.
Ah, why don't we just go back to the bay and then just try to walk through the shield? As long as we move slowly.
It is an ice planet, so you will be out in.
Yeah, well, we got ornithopters out there, and we got like a 10-minute lead.
Okay, so you walk back to the bay. You don't spot anyone particularly on your way back to the bay, and soon you're in front of the door that you push the button that slides out, and the bay opens in front of you.
Actually, Plan D, are there any ornithopters in the bay?
There's a couple, but they've always been left for some reason. As the door slides open in front of you, the guard that showed you in turns to see you. You can see he's actually now been given he's actually got a rifle with him, and he stops and says, "Oh, you can't come out here now." He says, "We're under attack. House shields on. No one's going anywhere for a while."
Sure. Yeah, I could see that. Still, I may as well we're just going to wait here for it all to calm down, and then we'll get on our shuttle.
Is it? Are we sure that the shield is working at full capacity?
Oh, I'm pretty sure they would have turned it on to full capacity. Yeah. People started firing las guns at us, putting the shield up to put them off though.
I'd be.
I've got a chocky bar here. You want some?
Oh, that's pretty good. I had a chance to go to the vending machine. Yeah, so thank you.
Yeah, no worries. And as soon as he puts his gun down to take it, I'll kill him.
What is it with people here and sweet tooths?
Do you like sweet tooths on this planet? Okay, so he slings his gun over his shoulder. Oh, thank you very much, he says as he reaches to take the chocolate bar from you.
Mm-hmm.
At the risk of saying something that my characters have said over multiple games at multiple times. Subtle.
It was. He never saw it coming. That's subtle, isn't it?
He never saw it coming. Okay, so
the important thing is that once I've killed him, I'm taking my chocolate bar back.
I mean, if we were in the, say, 17th century, then chocolate poisoning was a thing. So
yeah, it's just chocolate poisoning takes the form of a knife to the throat or something.
Yeah, very sharp
Yeah.
chocolate. Maybe it's because he broke it off in a funny angle.
Just more like a steel overload.
Yeah, very, very hard chocolate to slice his neck like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so your attack roll then, please.
This is why Toblerone got banned.
So assassination. Oh no, not assassination. Sorry, because this is the bit on the character sheet that didn't fit. Armed combat. That's it.
Armed combat.
Yeah. Is it dueling or is it just armed combat?
It won't be dueling because this isn't a duel.
That's 1-on-1. But okay. So that is P, which I have. So it's going to be strength, not constitution, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there are these.
P.
That is a 7.
1. Okay. So it is one of those, and he gets a. Oh, actually, he gets an 8.
But does he? Because like he's got chocolate.
Because he was. Well, yes, you do. Yeah, I see what you're saying. He sees it coming. He sees you move, and he goes to drop the chocolate bar. but he gets his hand tangled in his gun, in his strap of his rifle, as he does, and he just moves back away from you, and you just sort of your blade just sort of sweeps across in front of him.
Okay.
Okay, but he is now off balance. He still hasn't got a weapon drawn.
Mm-hmm. But I still could try and kill him.
Okay, make another attack then, please.
Ah, that's more like it. That's my max. 9.
Okay, yeah, he's only rolled a 5 this time, so nothing for him and nothing on the drama die. So, yeah, he stumbles back and he pushes his back up against the control panel he used to contact the guard post with. As you lunge forward with your knife.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your knife, and you impale him in the chest. What sort of damage does that do?
Oh, no blinking clue. No clue. No clue at all.
No clue. Okay, so
I have 2 knives. I have a slip tip and a sword.
Sword. Okay. Okay, so
Oh, and a knife. Oh gosh, I have so many blades. Take your pick. It's one of them.
knife does 1 plus 2d6.
Sounds like a lot.
Well, sword does 5 plus 2d6.
If it's reasonable that I could use a sword, then yes. But if it's not part of a tech uniform, probably not.
Not really. You'd have trouble smuggling a sword in.
Yeah,
so it'd be a knife.
That might be a bit to hide in the toolkit.
I only rolled a 6 total then.
6 total. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a great roll.
The knife pierces his uniform and into his chest, and he sort of grasps your arm, your wrist, as he starts sliding down the console, and the gun sort of falls off his shoulder and clatters on the floor. He's not dead, but he is wounded.
Okay, well, there's no stopping until he's dead.
Okay, so you pull the knife out and you jab it back in again, and this time you kill him, and he's lying at the foot of the console in a pool of blood.
Okay, then cut the wire to the console.
Okay, yeah, you can disable the console quite easily. What are you going to do? You're going to check out some of these ornithopters?
I think we should just walk outside. What do you reckon, guys? Walk outside and get picked up?
As long as there are people to pick us up.
They're still out there.
Well,
we've got like a 10-minute lead. Well, it's probably slightly less now.
Forgive me for being a little paranoid at this moment, but
Number 6, she's still out there.
No, you told us to go. We're on the way to Strafer City.
I said wait and give us time. We just got to the edge of the shield.
Oh, we'll turn around.
Any others out there?
Yeah. There's a couple more out there. How many did you have by any chance?
Well, half a dozen, wasn't it?
Okay. Yeah, there'll be someone. You want them to land outside the shield or something, do you?
Yeah, because assumedly the bay is close to the edge of the shield, right?
Yes, it will be. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just going to walk through the shield, basically, get picked up. That's the plan.
Okay. So you're gonna start walking to the big entrance, the hangar entrance or exit.
I think we might run to the shield edge.
You're gonna run to it. Okay.
Run to the shield edge, and then we're going to walk through like we're the $6 million man.
Bum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. No.
In slow motion.
Oh, if we're doing that, then we have to go.
Okay, so yeah, you start running towards the hangar entrance. And when you're about halfway there, you hear a big clunking noise from behind you.
Oh, balls. Right, what's near us?
Darius has got his mouth full of chocolate bar.
It's the only way to safely eat a Toblerone, apparently.
What's near us? Like,
near
in
us.
terms of cover or ornithopters or what?
There's a couple of ornithopters.
Well, we'll dive for one of them then.
Yeah.
Okay, you dive up behind one of the ornithopters, and you see this this two-legged Ixian machine strolling through the hangar.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
All right, let's climb on board the ornithopter to see if it's got weapons.
Okay, you get inside the ornithopter. Can you all do me some sort of observation roll or perception roll? Whatever you've got.
Yes.
Maybe even what's wrong? Have something for like
Double 6,
I've got
including
observation.
Glamour die. How about that?
that's pretty good.
I did it again. Yeah. I
I've
did
got
the whole.
observation.
What's that? 15.
I
Keep rolling when you do that.
just got a 5.
5, okay.
Yeah, 5 from me as well.
Oh, okay. Atomica, you as soon as you get in the door, you spot something's wrong with this ornithopter.
Mm-hmm.
This is not configured like as an Ordos ornithopter. It's actually been stripped out inside. There's actually several seats along the wrong either side of it. It's almost like a civilian ornithopter has been stripped out to make it a more military vehicle, but in a way that you think it's not Ordos.
So the Ixian, but does it have weapons?
It does have weapons, yes.
Okay, let's shoot the mech thing.
Okay, so you're probably gonna have to take off to turn and hover inside the hangar, and then to turn the.
Okay, seems reasonable.
So
And today's session of Dune is sponsored by Mech Warrior.
I think it will be. The mech's going to get bitten the dust.
Yeah, Mech Warrior. So yes, you're gonna fly.
Well, yeah. Take it off, point it at the mech, unload every weapon it's got at it.
Okay then.
I'd rather you shot at it.
Roll me a fly roll then, because it's going to be quite tricky because you're keeping it between the floor and the.
Would that be military operations aerial combat?
Yes.
Okay.
You're in here.
Logic or intellect perception?
Logic, I would assume.
Okay, not many dice, but at least you get a bonus. That is an 8.
An 8, good. Yeah, you've.
Oh, but 1 on the drama die.
Uh-oh.
Couldn't keep rolling 6s forever, could I?
No.
You jump into the seat, into the flight seat, and you start flicking switches, and you pull back on the joystick, and the thing rises into the air, and you manage to turn it just like that to get the Ixian machine in your sights. And as you do, one wing scrapes against the ceiling, and the other wing scrapes against the floor as you turn it a little bit too hard in your a bit of a jerky movement to get the thing around. But you bring the thing into your sights, and you open fire on it just as it sort of turns and starts to open fire on the ornithopter. This is going to be a. Let me see what we got. Find it a second ago. If you could roll me some damage, and we're going to say it's. Oh, I actually had that a minute ago. No, that's not it. There we go. Yes, if you could roll me a. Okay, it's going to be 5d6 plus 5.
Uh, 14, 19.
19. Okay, so you do 19 damage to this Ixian machine, and bits of it start flying off, and the leg goes peering away. But as it's fallen, it fires back at you, and does 9 damage to your ornithopter. Which basically means you as you turn in like that at an angle, you crash down onto the side with the so the ornithopter's on its side, but the Ixian machine is actually smoking now, and it's just a pile of junk in the middle of the hangar.
Awesome.
But you need now to climb up and out of the ornithopter.
Awesome. Well, I set the self-destruct before I do so.
Does it have a self-destruct?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what. I will. No, I haven't got time. If it hasn't got a self-destruct, then no,
It doesn't. No.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm tempted to set fire to it, though. We haven't got time. I'll just sleep out.
So, can you all roll me some athletics rolls, please?
Probably not. No.
Can we all attempt to? I think is what
Yeah.
you meant.
Would that be under?
Which is physique, strength.
Yeah. Oh, not constitution. Okay.
Not even
It's
slow.
pulling
7.
yourself up. 7. Okay.
Oh, okay. 5. I've got a bit of adrenaline apparently.
Okay.
6.
Oh, that's good enough. 6 is okay. Anyone get anything on the drama die?
No, it was 5.
Oh,
No.
okay. So yeah, you managed to pull yourself up on the seats and using some straps and things. You pull yourself to the door, and you pull yourself up and out and over, and you can slide down the upper face, up the roof of the ornithopter to the ground quite easily. You still got your toolkits with you. You still got the head of the emperor. But as you see, there is someone climbing out of the Ixian fighting machine.
Guys, you make your way to the shields. I'll deal with this, and I'll lasgun him.
All right, Ripley.
Okay, ranged combat.
Coordination, dex, or reaction?
Dex.
That is an 8.
An 8. Okay, so you're. Let me just have a look. He's
Put
got.
it this way, if that misses, the odds of me ever hitting would be 1 in 36.
Oh, goody.
Okay, yes. So he didn't roll anything. So your laser gun plays over the rubble as you sort of like zoom. Walk your laser beam into him, and he screams. His arms go up, and your laser punches a hole through him, and he falls back into the fire that is caused from this year Ixian machine. And you start walking or running to catch up with your friends as you near the shield. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As you're walking to the shield, you're at the shield now. You just start to push your way through it, and you hear a noise behind you as one of the other doors opens, and a group of men enter the hangar.
Bollocks.
Okay, bollocks. So you are. Can you roll me some probably athletics again? I think.
Oh, bollocks.
See how you get through the shield.
Again, strength based.
Okay, strength. Oh no, actually, this won't be strength. We'll do it as reaction this time.
Oh,
Reaction. So coordination, reaction, but plus our athletics, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
because you reacted to the shield.
Oh.
You push your way through the shield.
okay. I got a 6. It's fine.
I rolled a
My
6.
third double 6 with the drama die of the night.
The la-di-da.
14.
Obviously, Atomica's dueling training has tuned her to shields.
Absolutely.
She
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
the speed just to pass through the shield, and she goes through quite quickly. Bertie, what did you do?
I got 6 as well.
6 as well. And copying Atomica, Bertie actually manages to slide through quite easily. Darius, how do you do?
I did 6, and that was on my drama die.
Oh, on your drama die. Okay. You move a little bit too quick to go through the shield, and you don't actually make it. It sort of throws you back into the hangar again as you take a few steps back.
I'm
So
not.
a 6 on his drama die, not
I
a
got
1.
a 6 on my drama die.
Yeah, but he didn't actually. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, I was thinking because that actually counts for both. Does it?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't get any. What do you get on your other die?
1.
You got a
The
1
drama
on.
die. The
Drama
drama die
die.
still counts as a skill
Sure,
result. It's just
yeah.
it is the drama die.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So he's got
I
a
literally
7.
looked it up 2 minutes ago to make sure.
Get confused. So you managed to push your way through it as well. Then
Bloody right I
and
have.
outside in the snow, and it's really cold. All of a sudden, this biting wind hits you, and it cuts through the uniform you're wearing quite easily. You can look up the sky. And one of your ornithopters is spiraling down to pick you up. It's coming in pretty quickly. Like you see the landing legs just sort of expand as it comes in. As he's sort of like 30, 40 feet from the air from the ground, the door opens as well. So he's going to come down boom, right in front of you. You think?
Yeah.
As he does, the feet disappear into the snow, and it bounces down quite hard because obviously what he was thinking is going to be the ground is actually further down than what it looks, and he hits the ground, and a load of snow actually enters the ornithopter. But you three of you rush forward and you dive in. Just as you're doing that, you hear a big thump from inside the palace, and the shield and flashes and goes off.
Yeah,
well, bye.
Let's
and
move.
the ornithopter lifts off the ground, and the door tries to close, but it can't because of all the snow that is.
Start kicking the snow off.
Start kicking the snow out.
Yep.
Okay, so you're kicking the snow back at the door to allow the door to close. Who's doing that then?
All of us.
All of us.
Yeah, we're all helping.
If it's not the pilot.
Okay, so can you roll me, if you're doing that, can you roll me coordination dexterity?
Oh, that's slightly better. Okay.
Is it like plus athletics or anything?
Oh.
If you've got athletics, you want to do an athletics, you can plus athletics if you've got it.
5.
That is an 8.
6.
6, 8. Okay. You're kicking the snow out, and Darius has got a good firm hold of the bulkhead by the pilot. Atomicus kicks himself out. But Bertim, you slip a little bit as you're kicking the stuff at the door, and you just go like that there. But you manage to catch yourself out of the doorway. But as you do, as you look down into the hangar, as you just bank up and around, you see these people that have entered the hangar behind you, running towards one of the other ornithopters in the hangar.
Oh, shite!
There's about 6 of them, and 2 of them are carrying a crate between them.
How? Metal crate?
Yeah, metal crate. It looks like a metal. Well, you can't really tell what it is, but it is a crate.
Oh wait, it's not the rest of the body, is it?
I wouldn't have thought so.
And they're running to an ornithopter.
We're going to have company in a very short space of time.
Hoist the doctor back on board as we shut the door.
Yeah, and the door shuts. And
Thank you so much.
Where are you heading to?
Far
Galaxy.
away.
up.
Yeah, you're going to call...
The debris of the nose ship would be quite good.
Oh, okay, so you're saying you're going to hide there for a while. Are you going to call all your ornithopters back?
Yeah, we'll call all the ornithopters. We'll head towards the nose ship, to the debris of the nose ship, and as soon as we're in space, we'll obviously call the guild, because they're meant to pick us up.
Okay, you can do that, yeah. So you head back into space, okay, and you're making for the debris of the nose ship, like, so you can sort of like hide amongst all the bits and pieces, all the debris and floating bodies and stuff. So can you, when you get there, can you roll me a stealth roll to see how well you can hide in the debris?
What does that come under? Because I don't have stealth.
Stealth is coordination, dexterity, stealth.
Okay.
Are we all rolling this?
If you all roll it and see how it goes.
Oh God.
Don't say that. That was a 5 again.
I'm giving you 3 times the chance of passing.
I rolled a 6.
Oh, was that snake
I
eyes?
have no skill per se in stealth. Oh wait, yes I do. I have 2.
Ronnie's
I rolled
praying.
8 then. I rolled 8.
The bad news is I rolled a 2. The slightly more catastrophic news is I rolled a 1 on the drama die. So I not only failed, I really, really failed.
Well, you could have rolled 2
Darius,
1s.
stop switching the headlights on and tooting the ornithopter horn.
Look at that. Sorry, not. Well, if you're going to fail on a
Beep,
roll,
beep.
this was the best one to fail on because it's sort of like I'm going to take the best.
Well,
You're
surely there's no noise in space, so it's fine.
Yeah. It's all good. The fact he left he's been trailing a glitter bomb.
Yeah.
thing is, he's got the radio on next to the horn where he's beeping.
Yeah. In space, no one can hear you beep, beep.
Okay, so yeah,
I rolled an 8.
you rolled an
If it
8.
helps.
Okay, so you pick. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do is your ship hides very well in the debris. And you can see from the planet as you're just, because obviously you turn all the engines off, you're just floating with the rest of the debris. You can see ships climbing from the planet in giving chase for you. What was yours again, Darius? Sorry, Bertin? I don't know what Darius's was.
Mine was a 5.
5. Okay, so a couple of ships that from the planet come very close to discovering some of your other ornithopters. And with Darius's disastrous roll, they actually do find Ornithopter 6.
Porkins is going to die!
Not
Oh,
Porkins!
No! Not Porkins!
No!
Porkins goes.
Yeah.
There's a brief flare of orange light amongst the debris, and his signal drops out on the radio.
We just wanted him to survive one franchise. He couldn't survive the Battle of Yavin. We wanted him to survive this one. Oh no, they killed Porkins.
You bastards!
You wait for a long time while the other ships search the debris, but after a while they give up and return to the planet, and you're free to radio for the Spacing Guild to come. Okay, you're waiting for a long time before the Spacing Guild comes up, so they need to make it look like a reasonably regular visit. So once the Highliner appears, you're between you and the planet. You're free to actually board the Highliner incognito. Okay. Once you board the Highliner and you've docked, as you're looking around, once you're on board the ship, you notice there is an Ordos ornithopter already docked there. And it's very similar to the type that was in the palace, in the hangar at the palace.
Hey, Doctor, I've got an idea. Can you rig up one of your knockout gas canisters to detonate the moment that's in atmospheric pressure?
Possibly.
You could do.
Are you wanting them to do a very glamorous crash landing?
Bonus points.
What if they land on something important?
Then it gets flattened.
So you just, Doctor, I take it, are you going to do it?
I mean, yeah, the general premise is...
Okay. So while Atomica and Darius keeps lookout, then you can sort of like sneak over, walk over sort of casually, and then step into the hatchway, and you're inside the ornithopter. Where are you going to stash your canister to?
And any kind of little insertable place. So if they've even got like a first aid kit in the wall or something, or anything like that.
There'll be something like that. Can you roll me a devices roll for
Yeah.
linking up this atmospheric
Yeah.
sensor thing?
Right. Well, it wasn't really bad. So okay. Bad news is I got a 1 on the drama die, so I'm assuming I'm going to be super fucking noisy. However, I did get a 9 as my regular dice.
Okay, so you do find a good hiding place for this thing. You do rig up it up to the ship's instruments. So as soon as it enters atmosphere, this canister will go off. And you can sneak back to your friends, and you've set that up ready for later.
Oh, ha. The fact you didn't say what the one was
No,
means
that's
they know who you are. You might want to remove it.
Oh. I mean, obviously, I don't know that they know, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So as you meet back with your friends, you're gonna talk about taking your room again and getting ready for the flight back to
yes,
Titan.
but we are gonna ask for a freezer in our room.
A freezer, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can arrange a freezer for you. Like a mini fridge type of thing.
No, freezer.
Yeah, it needs to
Definitely a
be big
freezer.
enough for the head.
Are you going to tell them that?
No, but we'll say it needs to be about this size, you know? Sort of like this size, you know?
Okay. As you walk back to your room, because you can have the same suite as on the way there. Let's see, what can we roll? I need a roll for observation or perception. There's no real perception, is there?
It's observation in this.
Yeah.
It's just a question of whether there's a specialty associated.
From everybody, or?
Yeah, from everybody.
Well, the dog's seen me. So.
8 for me.
8.
Oh,
wow. Rolling really well tonight.
I got a load of skill in that.
This is not a good one for me.
7.
6 in total.
Mm-hmm. So you got 11, did you say, Burton?
No, 7.
7, sorry. Yeah, so Bertram, you get this feeling like you're being watched as you walk back to your room. Tomica, you sort of, as Bertram mentions it to you, you say, yes, I think there's a couple of Ordos spies on board. And when Darius is walking down the corridor, just chatting away at you, not noticing that you're being watched.
It's not the done thing to murder people on a Highliner, is it? It's supposed to be a combat-free zone, isn't it?
It is meant to be a combat-free zone. Although, as you know, it has happened, because it did on that other trip for you.
Well, yeah. Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we kind of kicked up a fuss about it happening, so we'd look a little hypocritical if we went in all guns blazing or all blades blazing now.
We could, however, spike their meal with Viagra.
Spike them with Viagra?
Well, for starters, that's quite insulting. Viagra is an extremely primitive drug. I have far more enhanced things than that.
Yes, and if we
Something that keeps them horny for the whole journey, so it isn't.
I know what Viagra does.
Yeah,
I'm not an idiot.
but my point is, it's not something that will be picked up on a poison sniffer. It's actually like
no.
It's a
recreational,
boost, isn't it? Exactly.
Of course, recreational.
But
you do of course realize if you use that particular stimulant, it will make things negotiating any sort of settlement with them quite hard.
Yeah, you'll have to do it at arm's length, as it were.
I suppose it depends how much I give them.
Well,
they might not have had it for a while.
Yeah,
How are you?
you know.
How are
Or
you getting-
Viagra.
Yes.
Well, we'll work on that bit once we figured out the first part.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, like, because it's a great way to get them off us, really. Because either they're gonna, jack off, find someone to jack off with, or do dirty
The
with,
sex.
or the sex. Yeah. Or they'll be at least be too embarrassed to work as a team anymore. Or spend half their day in the loo
In a
and
non-sexual way.
Um, so yeah, I think it would work. So yeah, the question becomes how to get it into their food. I suppose the first thing to do is buy them drinks.
Darius? Our favourite diplomat?
So Darius buys the drinks.
Oh, Steve.
Wow.
Yeah, Darius
Well, we
buys
haven't
the
got the
drinks.
head yet. That's the point. We're trying to get it.
Well,
Bertim
sorry.
spikes it. Bertim spikes the drinks. Darius buys them and engages with them. I'll distract them.
I just really, if I get the drinks for them, do I stiff them on the bill?
Enough with your dick jokes.
No, I think we could squirt out for that.
Don't make me Mel Gibson this.
So we're just getting to the sort of general thrust of your ideas then.
Well, my other suggestion was to bribe the bartender to spike it for us.
I don't think so. That'd be
That's
guilt.
far too simple.
Yeah, true.
Well, do you want to take a break for a minute? 5 minutes?
Sure.
Yes,
Okay.
I think I may need a drink after that.
Yes.
And smoke a
that
cigarette.
See you in a sec.
I'm first back. This is unusual. Also, Steve, we can't really be held responsible for any stomach or rib pain you get from laughing too hard.
Or to put it in a slightly different context, Steve, we're enjoying your misery and your pain and your despair.
Well, you
It
might
is,
be.
it is meat.
Meats.
Fair enough, he says. Fair enough. Won't say.
So, have you thought of how you're going to get this stuff into the into people following you? Are you thought about how to get this, whatever it is you're going to give them? Is it going to be what was the name? What did you say you can give them?
We were going to get him. We were going to get him a stiff drink.
Yes.
You're going to get them a drink.
We're going to get him a sniff drink. It's perfect. Never has that phrase been more appropriate.
Can you then, whoever's going to do that, whoever's going to pick out the exact people you want to drug, roll me an observation roll, or
Right,
Atomica,
Okay.
go for it.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
observation. You're going to identify these people pretty accurately if you're going to drug them.
Okay, well, I rolled 9, but I got a 1 on the drama die. This rolls well tonight. Didn't. I mean, 9 is good.
9 is very good. Yeah. So you've identified the people that you think are watching you, and they do look a bit
Flaccid.
Odosian.
So yeah, we'll head to a communal bar, get a load of drinks, spike some, and then invite them to our table.
Okay, so there's a man and a woman you've identified as the people you think are following you.
Okay. So yeah, we'll get the drinks, get Dr. Bertum to do his thing.
Yeah.
And then I suggest we send Darius over to invite them to our table. Or what we could do is get like the wait staff to invite them over.
Yes.
Yes, I think that would play better.
Invite them over. Okay, you can
Call,
do
call
that.
one of the wait staff over.
Yes, sir. What can we do for you?
Yes. It's just we've got a nice large table here. The couple over there, the two people over there. I wondered, given the number of people here, I wonder if they would be willing to come share the table with us. They seem nice people.
I will pass on your request to them. Certainly, sir. He says, and he wanders off through the crowd, and he stops around the table and sort of bends down slightly and speaks to them, then indicates backwards and the table over there, and they sort of talk amongst themselves between them a little bit, and the waiter sort of bows and walks back off to the bar, starts picking up a few more drinks. And these people are in a bit of a huddle. These two are in a huddle talking to each other, and one of them shrugs, and they get up and they walk over to you quite casually, and they said, the waiter has asked if we'd like to share your table. That's very kind of you.
Yes. You seem to be off on your own there. It seemed only fitting. Traveling as we are.
We did actually get some drinks in for some friends, but I think they're not turning up now, which is not great. But if you want them, go ahead.
Thank you. The man reaches forward and takes a drink from the table, and sort of like gives a little glance to the poison snooper above the table. And the young woman says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't drink."
That's
Wow.
fine.
We could
That'd
always
be the
get you
one on the
something.
drama die.
We could always get you something non-alcoholic if you want.
Oh, that's okay. I'll get the waiter to bring me some water.
Very well.
Excellent. To your very good health.
And
Actually, would you mind getting me some water as well? This is a little spicy. It can catch the throat a bit.
certainly, she says, and she sort of clicks her fingers for the new waiter, and he comes over. She orders some water, and he goes off.
What I'm hoping to do when I get my water is visibly pour or like put a pill in or whatever the spiking is. I then pass it off as though it's like a medication thing. But when she's not looking, I switch the drinks.
Okay, yeah, okay.
You could do the whole sort of drink but with your mouth shut type thing.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah, okay, so the winter comes back and he brings some water, drops the 2 glasses on the table, and he's off again, taking the next order. And the man says, "Are you traveling to Kaiten? So just the next stop, or are you going on from there?"
We are, yes. Kaiten is home for us.
Oh, that's ideal. Go on the way home. That's good. Nearly there then. And what was your business on? What was it called now? Draconis 4.
Tech support.
Tech support. Oh, you're into technologies.
Yes, quite
Yes.
intense.
Is,
Few days.
being that this is a public bar, is there like observation? Is there windows?
Yeah, there can be an observation window. Yeah.
Excellent. Is it near? And more importantly, do they currently have their back to it?
Yes, they can if you want. Yes. Have you got
Okay.
something planned?
Yeah, as soon as the water is down, I'll give it a couple of seconds. Enough time for Burton to mix his drink up and everything else. And then I'll give it a few minutes so it doesn't look immediately afterwards. I'll sort of look like that, and sort of behind them where the observation. Oh my word! What was that?
Oh, what? And they all look around. Okay, sounds like a roll to me.
What, for him or for him or for me?
Yeah, you can do a persuasion roll to get them to look
Yeah,
around.
you can
and
help me.
I'm going to need a sleight of hand roll for Burton.
Yeah. I
is
don't
the first
have.
one?
Would that be coordination?
It's going to be coordination. I was just seeing if there's anything else. But I don't-
Dexterity?
yeah, can't see
Yeah.
anything. Yeah, go on
Anything to
then.
bump it up a little bit?
I'm looking to see what there is, but there isn't a lot, is there?
Well, I haven't got the character sheet in front of me because the fillables didn't work, so I'll take your word for it.
What do I need for mine? Would that be charisma?
Charisma, presence, and charm or persuasion.
Well, persuasion is intellect based,
Oh,
apparently.
of course it is. Yes, you're right. It is. Charm is charisma. Yeah, charm.
Charm. Why?
Well, unless you've got something else, I can't really see anything on here.
I've got persuasion.
Well, sure, you're persuading them to look at something.
Okay, do persuade.
Give me
them.
right. So
Yeah.
that's
Rather
an
than
intellect.
Intellect,
if
logic.
you look over here, I'll give you a drink. It's not that, is it?
Is that intellect logic or intellect? But give me.
Logic.
Logic. That'll do it.
Logic to devise.
More.
Yeah.
More dice. That'll do nicely. That's 6 in total.
Okay, so you get some to
And-
look around.
I also got a 6 for my sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Thank fuck. And that was the drama die as well.
Oh, okay. So, yes, Darius gets them to look around and what is it? What are we looking at? And what are you going to point out? Are you going to say something, or you're going to ask him a question or point out something of?
I thought I honestly thought I saw a comet there. That's most unusual sort of color of tail there. Maybe it was just.
He said there could be something burning up in the atmosphere. There's been a lot of debris. So there's an explosion.
Oh, that's entirely
There's a lot of
true.
debris, and they're talking about this.
I
well-
sort of make myself look sort of crestfallen. Oh, I thought I'd seen something rather unique.
And Berta
Oh,
manages to
you're
swap the glasses
You're just tired, Darius. It's fine.
without any chinking of ice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he sits back down again. He goes back to his drink and goes, yes, there's been a few bits and pieces falling to the planet. You can see them best at night as they burn up. Anyway, he says, you're good health.
What happened there then?
I don't have no idea. It must have been some sort of military accident in space, a ship or something.
Oh wow.
No doubt they'll let us know in the end what happened, but
So
Most
what do
unfortunate.
you guys do?
he says, we're going to Kaitain and then on to Arrakis to trade in spice.
Oh, excellent.
Our first trip this season, actually.
There's a season for spice.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's the new I forgot what it's called now. Yeah. New people taking over new people have taken over the Fief of Arrakis. So this is our first trip of the
What new people took over Arrakis?
the Harkonnens.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought you meant new since then.
No. So this is our first time back since they took over.
I was going to say, I didn't think I'd been out of the world that long.
Oh, by the way, you're at war. Oh dear.
Yeah, so this is a bit hot in here, isn't it?
What do you mean? Yeah, I met
well.
the Baron.
I suppose there's more people in here now. It's getting a bit busier.
Yeah, I did notice that raise in temperature.
And the woman says, well, if you're feeling hot, drink the water.
I actually make a point to call one of the waiters and say, could you maybe turn the air conditioning up a little?
It's feeling a little sweltering.
Close. Little close.
He says, no, I'm okay. This drink's cold enough. I'll maybe get up and have a walk around somewhere. Actually, she says, I'll come with you. And she takes a big drink of her drink. She takes about half of it and goes. So we'll probably catch you again at some other point in the trip.
Yes,
Yes,
that'd been most
Sure.
lovely.
Undoubtedly, we spend a lot of time in the bar.
Oh, okay. Well, we might see you around. We've been on this trip a few times now, but yeah, we might see you in the bar later on.
Yes. I'm just wondering how much of the rest of this trip they're going to be ending up being horizontal rather than vertical.
Hmm.
But
Would it be worth following them?
No, they're following us.
All right.
This was to get them off our tail.
And you hear when they get up. Once they get up, they move a few tables down, and they're talking this. No, I'm feeling a bit strange. I need to go back to the room.
There's one. Wait for the other, and then we can go to our room.
I mean, I was thinking, taking precautions if we could try and keep them in their room as well. But
As long as they don't know where our room is, we're fine.
no, that's true.
Plus the
Although I did slip Darius's name, which I know wasn't helpful.
it's all right. There's probably bound to be dozens of other people called
Yeah,
Darius
There's a lot
on this ship.
There's a lot of people in the Highliner.
There'll be so many others called Darius on this ship. They won't be able to pick me out of a lineup at all. Suddenly realised this slightly better frame rate's really good for me pulling faces now. More likely to be seen now.
So,
with greater clarity.
Still can't get over the frame rate. That's brilliant.
But see, the strange thing is it doesn't look any different for me from where I am.
Oh.
There's no difference for me other than the fact that the how much the screen shows more because it's better resolution. But obviously, it's making a difference to what you guys are seeing.
Yeah, we've not got paid StreamYard, so it's still render in 720p rather than 1080. But at the same time, it's a huge difference.
That'll do for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything you wanted to do from next, or?
Nah, we're just going to wait for them to retire to their room.
Yeah.
And then we'll go to ours. So the idea of getting them off our tails that we didn't want them to know where we're sleeping.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. They'll leave the bar, and
I wonder if they were a couple.
Might be now.
Well, that's kind of my point. I mean, if they were on the job, if they're not an item and they were on the job, then we may have very well compromised them.
Are you trying to sow the seeds of a scandal?
Obviously.
I'll take it out. Hey. Atomica knows how to shoot things. You know how to drug things. I know how to set seeds for a scandal.
So
I play to my strengths.
That's why I'm asking.
Are you going to try and find out where they are and where the room is and who they are?
I don't think so, because if somebody else sees us,
exactly, it's
if
we had time to mess about with it, I might go for it, but I don't think we've got the time.
No, we don't.
You got days on this flight. It's going to be a couple of days before you get.
Yeah. But I think we're going to do our usual thing of staying in our stateroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Viagra thing isn't going to last for days. Or if it does.
But they were following us because we were suspicious around their ornithopter. Now they're going to lose sight of us, and then we're going to stay in our stateroom. Job done.
And you're going to kill them when they try and land.
Well, I tell you what, if that Viagra lasts them for any more than sort of 24 hours, they could very well die of exhaustion.
And while you're sitting at the table having your discussion, the waiter comes over and starts picking up the empty glasses. He says, "Would you like any more drinks?"
No, thank you.
No, thank you. No.
Your friends coming back? Do they have drinks?
No, I think it went to their heads a bit.
Yeah.
I might take a little nightcap, actually. Why not?
Okay. Anything you special, or
have you got any nice single malt?
We've got
one of those in a while.
We've got a fine selection, he says, and he goes off and gets something. Comes back with a trolley with a selection of bottles on it for you. You can pick your own.
This is when you find out they've wiped the glasses, but not completely, and they've used one of them with the Viagra in it and given it back. So you've actually got residual traces of Viagra in your system.
I have a snooper. I can check.
It's a different type of glass.
The Viagra was that it wouldn't come
It
up on the
wouldn't
screen.
come
Oh
up
yeah.
on the snooper.
Oh god, I can't keep up with my own reasoning and logic. Ah.
It's a different type of glass for the whiskey.
Yes. Well, I suppose if I do get a bit wooden, then I can sort myself out later.
Are you staying with Bertim, or are you going back to your rooms? Tom, Darius.
I'd very much like that. Once you've got your drink, we head back to
Yeah,
our
we
sleep.
go.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to drink by myself in the
And-
bar.
Yeah.
Although as we're heading back, if we do happen to hear loud, uncontrolled humping, we might be able to pinpoint the room as saying that's possibly where they are.
Yeah, Darius just wants to listen.
They're going to kick some out.
Popcorn.
Probably have me drilling holes in them.
Oh, the seeds that I doth sow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's atomic gunner surveillance kit.
Well, hey,
No,
good for blackmail,
no.
wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's if we were going that far, then yeah, that could cause a scandal. We could
Especially
do,
if I got caught doing it.
we could cause all kinds of damage doing that.
They're not senior enough. They're just field agents.
No.
It's like the other guy. It's
So
not
I'll get
about
soon
senior-
anyway.
it's not about seniority. It's about having a wedge.
Anyway, they're going to create a wedge
Speaking
in
of
whatever
wedge,
planet they try to land on.
Yeah.
So you can make it back to your rooms, and you spend. You're going to get food in your room as you did last time. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so you spend the trip in your room, and it goes fairly uneventfully from there on. And when you arrive back at Kaitane, you can fly back down to the planet.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, while we're in the bar, I'm just going to have a quick look around to see if I can see Bernie Halleck, because, like, every flight I've ever been on, he's been there.
Oh, not Gurney. Duncan.
Duncan Idaho.
Okay, roll me observation.
Just observation or observation surveillance?
Observation surveillance, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8. You initially don't see him, but hear him. You hear his voice in the bar, and you can see him in the corner. And
Okay.
he's with a few other Atreides guys, and they're actually seem to be celebrating.
Well, actually, then, what I'd like to do is at some point during the trip, like not on the first night when House Ordos were sort of tailing us type stuff, I will send him a message via the guild, via the room service, whatever, to just thank him for the book. And congratulations on whatever it was you were celebrating.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Just a pleasantry.
Okay, yeah. You do that, and maybe the next morning there's your door chimes to your stateroom, and when you open it, there's a guild waiter there, and he's got a return message to you.
Okay, let's see what it is.
You open up the piece of paper as he leaves. You can see you shut the door, and you read the piece of paper that Duncan Idaho has sent to you, and he says, "Thank you very much, and thank you so much for supplying such good cover for our operation."
Yeah. Right. Okay. So he's.
The cogs are turning in her
Yeah.
head.
No, I've got
Actually,
it.
I can actually hear the cogs, the gears winding and spinning.
Okay, so that's how good he is in close combat. And the thing is, like, as a person, I know exactly what those devices are, but obviously, like, Atomica shouldn't. So,
Yeah.
but I guess she's going to be curious because she did try to take one in order to get them analyzed, right? But
I
I
thought you could
think at
take one.
some
Yeah.
point I emptied out my bag, though, didn't I?
You took one after you emptied the bag.
Yeah. You emptied out the tools, put the head in.
Yeah, but you took. Then you went. When you found.
Then, yes,
You
you're
found that
right. The head
afterwards.
was first. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. So I'm tempted to ask him about it.
That's up to you.
Maybe that should be Darius. You're more fair with diplomacy.
Yes, he's a
I tell you
diplomat.
what, we'll send back a letter. We'll say we're particularly proud of the comets that will be landing on orbit on Ordos for some time. I thought your handiwork with the guards was great, particularly the way you bludgeoned that guy. All four of them before they drew their weapons. No, I can't send that via the guild, though, can I? Because then the guild would know everything. So no, that's the thing. He couldn't send that back
Unless you actually see him in person.
I think we just have to.
So it'd be nice to sort of like, in terms of Arc, just sort of get closure on these devices. So and maybe they've got more of a lead. So perhaps we should have drinks in the bar with them. What do you reckon, guys? With House Atreides, or receive them in our stateroom.
I would suggest the stateroom, because the whole point of us staying out of the bar was not giving the House Ordos folk a chance to if we go back to the bar, then everything we did to get them off our tail just becomes null and void.
Yeah. Okay. So how about we send them a message inviting them to the stateroom and saying we're curious if you can explain these accursed devices because we have one too.
Okay. You do get an acceptance, although they're not going to make it obvious by all turning up. So it's just going to be Idaho himself.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then that evening, then he turns up at the door, and you hear the door chime, and he comes in and he sits in the same seat as he sat the last time he left the Bible, and he grins at the three of you.
Okay, I'm holding one of these things. I don't get it. There's no pointy end.
And he gets up and goes, "Oh, you managed to pick one up. I'd keep it fairly quiet if I was you," he says. But he takes it and he fits the thing over your right hand, and he fits the speaker around your neck, around your throat, and just puts it up beside your mouth and flicks a switch. He says, "Point it that way, but be very careful what you think and say."
Nice, happy thoughts.
And there's a bit of a pulse from your hand, and your hand just jerks back a little bit, and the chair dog that's in front of you gets pushed back against the wall.
Click. I am far too dangerous with my thoughts for something like that.
He said,
right.
after the Sadaka are going to finish with Draconis 4. That's probably going to be the only one of those weapons left outside of Caliban.
I mean, I assume you've got more than one.
We've got
I
more
didn't
than one, yes.
yeah. Didn't have time to collect that many ourselves. We were far too busy causing
Yes, a
all
distraction.
sorts of
Very well
mayhem.
done. Thank you very much.
Well, it's more than a distraction, honestly.
Yeah.
Particularly proud of the meteor storms they'll be having there for centuries to come. Your
Yes.
handiwork was incredible, may I say. None of them got their weapons drawn. That was quick.
It's a particularly good team, but I did train them myself.
There was more than one of you. Okay, I assumed it was one person because there was only 4.
No. I needed some help carrying the weapons out. But yes, it was a very interesting trip. I've never been there before. I wish you hadn't trashed our ornithopter in the hangar.
That was yours.
Yes, we had to make
Whoops.
do. We had to make do with another one. But it's a bit of a squeeze. But
Let me guess. The one you took, it wasn't House Ordos, was it?
well, yes, it was an Ordos one. Yes.
Is it in the hangar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Were you planning on flying it down to the surface?
No, we're gonna take our Atreides one when we get back to Caladan.
Okay, yeah. So as long as you're not flying on that particular one ever again, you're all right.
Oh, booby trapped it, have you? Very nice.
Honestly, it was the general's idea. I simply
Sorry,
set
couldn't
the
help
trap.
ourselves.
She's been very taken to my knockout gas, so she thought that we could use it elsewhere as soon as it went into orbit. Maybe I should get this patented. She likes it so much.
Interesting.
Yes, yes, we must apologise for our cross purposes. However, clearly we weren't expecting each other.
Oh, well, we were sort of expecting you, but what we weren't expecting is once we've blown the shield generator and we got back to the hangar for our ornithopter to be on its side.
Well, there was some Ixion robot thing that had to be dealt with. But why were you expecting us?
Oh, well, we were sort of using you as a cover for our operation. There's distraction.
So but how did you know about our operation is really where I was coming from.
Oh, well, I mean, we knew that something was afoot on Kaitane, and we knew the Ordos were involved. It was more than likely someone was going to get sent by the Emperor to Draconis 4.
I suppose our operations weren't very subtle.
And every palace has spies as well, including the Imperial Palace.
Okay. Well, the Imperial Palace I can accept.
It would be a witch hunt otherwise, wouldn't it, back home?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Free education camps and
Make a trade is like the next target.
yes, well, I mean, obviously you did what you did for the Emperor, and what we did for our Duke.
Yeah. Oh, hopefully now it's medals and a few months off. But yeah.
Yes. Bit of I suppose the Sadokar will be busy cleaning up on Draconis 4 for a while, and I'll keep them quiet and out of the way.
You must come to our Duke's wedding.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure we'll the Duke will get an invite. But yeah, I'll be quite happy to come along with him and see you all again.
We could forward you an official invitation.
That'll be very kind of you. Yes. So,
And then after an evening of drinks and stuff.
he stumbles back to his quarters.
Oh,
And,
is he a bit tipsy?
He did drink a bit, I think.
When he finally leaves and the door's shut and it's all us again, at that point, I'm going to look at the chair, the one that got pushed against the door.
Mhm.
I'm going to look at the chair. I'm going to look at Atomica. And I'm just going to smile and say, thank you. You finally understood the concept of subtlety. Because I can
What?
get...
And they shouldn't shoot it?
the fact that all that happened was it just went against the wall, not through the wall, not blowing the wall into 1,000 pieces, not destroying the
Oh, I
entire
see.
room.
I see.
Yes, it's a very weird module, this thing.
You could put it like that. Yeah. So
Maybe we should name it something like that. The
I
module.
think
No.
we should call it an gun.
An
Because you
gun.
say and it goes boom.
so
Careful.
you get back to Kaitane, and you can fly back down to the Imperial Palace, and you present the head of Emperor Frederick to the
that
current.
head.
Yes,
Not the Viagra-based heads. Okay.
the Viagra said, "Oh, okay, yeah, you do see the
Get
couple
your
of-
head out the gutter."
before you
I'm
leave,
sorry, I couldn't resist.
before you leave the ship. You do see the couple again, and
Oh.
they are having an argument."
Oh, how very Hollywood.
Clearly, he wasn't up for it.
Oh, yeah. How does the air gun react with shields?
Experiments
Let's
will be
not-
had.
Don't
Find
give him
out.
ideas.
Yes, not very well. I don't think it has any reaction to shields, to be quite honest.
No, it doesn't.
Let's not find out. Let's do something nice and subtle, like not shoot at shields just yet.
Absolutely.
Yes, it would be good.
Nonetheless, I think I'm going to wear my communicator gun. Sorry, my communicator. I like it.
You're not going to take a bit of practice to actually get that right. You can't just pick one of those up and just use it. So,
Yeah, that's true. I will. If there's a season 2 of this, I will have spent some time in a montage.
No. I can see it now. You're walking around with that gun. You're training your troops. Somebody does something wrong. You go in. You start bawling them out. Before you know it, you've decimated half your fucking force because the gun goes off and just blasts the
It's
fuck
got
out
an
the one of
on-off
them.
switch, dude.
Yes, but do you remember to turn it
But
off?
do you remember to turn it off in your irate state?
Apparently, no, because that's a double one, including drama die.
Okay.
Oh, it's only. I checked. It's only if all your dice are ones.
Oh, okay. No. Well,
Not a
I
double
don't
one.
know how many I should have rolled, frankly, but probably not as many as that. Anyway, doesn't matter. In the montage, there will be an accidental explosion just for Ronnie.
in the montage, okay, there will be some deaths involved in training, obviously.
I don't want that to happen. I'm just assuming it might.
There's
I
also
don't want the deaths.
It's also a brief accidental deforestation, but yeah, we don't talk about that.
Well, with these guns, you can set fires, strangle people, suffocate people. It's not just shooting them either, is it? So,
Oh, God. And what shocking thing did you do in your session of Dune tonight? Well, I mean, we got into a firefight. There was a lot of explosions, but I think the most shocking was giving 2 spies Viagra.
Yeah, but like you said, for us, that's really, really tame.
it is really.
Oh, yeah. Compared to Corporation, yeah. I mean, if this was Corporation, we probably would have
We'd have
given them
fashioned
Viagra.
Viagra out of their own spunk. That's what we'd have done.
I mean, I
Yes.
wasn't going to go that far, but then you did. So,
Well, like I say, you see these two arguing, and the woman, you see the woman punch the bloke in the stomach and storm off.
oh,
Nice. Does she storm off towards a house order ornithopter?
did he? Did he? Was he
Yes,
unable
he
to
does.
find the clitoris by any chance?
Oh, sweet.
New season of Corporation with the homemade Viagra coming soon.
I don't know.
Again, their idea. Not
We go
mine.
to the palace. We have a head with us.
You have a head with you, yeah, and you
Yeah.
present it
Yes.
to the emperor, and he is he's extremely happy, and he
I
says,
just feel like Harry Hamlin in Clash of the Titans. Just hold the Medusa head up like that.
For
You-
a
you-
second, I thought you were doing the Hitler salute. Then I was
No,
like, what is this? I'm like, oh, right, head, right. Because I can't see a hand.
But it's more dramatic if you hold it down by your side and then get the rear shot. You know, of the legs with the hand. It's got to think drama.
so the emperor says you've done extremely well. You've delayed the Ordos attack. You've given us time to arrange for the Sadaka transportation, and you've solved the problem of this damn Gola. So that's a trick that they won't be playing again anytime soon.
Hopefully
So
not.
you've done extremely well, and you've given House Shavona quite a lot of kudos for the way you've behaved and your operation on Draconis 4.
it was our honor to serve. My lord.
If you ever get tired of serving Shavona, you have a place and here at House Carino.
I feel that if I was to come here, it would have to be with the house.
Yes.
Well, you'll be back here shortly for the wedding. I'm going to be giving away the bride to the Duke. So yes, you'll be back here shortly anyway. So thank you very much, and I hope your Duke gives you a well-deserved rest.
Internal monologue. Yes.
And medals.
Lots of rest.
Medals.
Lots of rest. Lots of rest would be good.
Very end of episode 4 sort of style, except none of us is Chewy.
And you, as you leave the throne room, you hear someone giving a report to the emperor that they discovered a crashed House Ordos ornithopter on the planet with 2 fatalities.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Her
Apparently-
idea.
Apparently, it was a brother and sister. They crashed in this. Crashed in this ornithopter. They seem, for some reason, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the controls or anything wrong with the ornithopter at all.
Oh,
It just seemed to drop
God.
straight out of the sky.
It's just dawned on me.
He grabbed the wrong joystick.
Arguing. Oh, shit.
He grabbed the wrong joystick on the way down. Oh, God.
God.
Yeah. Right.
So we almost made them inbreed.
Tonight's episode of Dune apparently is sponsored not only by Mech Warrior but Corporation.
As
Well, the two of you
as
were
we
adamant
leave
it was a
then,
couple.
I'll just be like, bonus points.
Bonus points. Yes. It was
No. We didn't know they were a couple. All we knew was it was one man and one woman.
Yes. It was
We didn't know they were related.
It was a porter
Well,
Baha'i
exactly.
and a fee Baha'i.
A what?
There's a word.
Porter Baha'i and a fee Baha'i. Those are their names.
Oh, right.
Oh,
I see.
their names. Right, yes. Well, we didn't ever ask them for their names.
He's trying to do a corporation where he tries to
Yeah,
guilt
I know
us.
he is. I know.
The problem
he's,
is, Atomica Heilemann feels no guilt.
I've sort of got that.
Yeah, I can see you taking some inspiration from Becky's game.
It's just that you have to realize when it comes to this sort of thing, when it comes to Atomica, it's just not good. It's just going to be really hard for her to ever feel guilt about things like that.
Well, I didn't want to assume that they were a couple, but I still didn't clear. Oh, they're going to be brother and sister because.
Well, no, I didn't. Didn't they look alike?
Not
Some brothers
particularly.
and sisters don't.
No, not particularly.
Then we are completely innocent in what we did. All we did was give them enough dose of
Rope to hang themselves.
Viagra equivalent to make them
Yeah.
want to fuck like rabbits.
You're totally innocent of the events again.
Absolutely.
We
Yes.
weren't flying the ornithopter.
Nope.
We didn't do anything to the ornithopter. The ornithopter's fine. Like they said,
well-
no mechanical fault.
No mechanical faults. No.
I mean, who's going to suspect a medical vial in a first aid kit?
An empty one.
Yeah.
Well, to the mundane, they're the same thing, surely.
So you can fly back to your city, Mezzine, and you're immediately brought in front of the Duke. Tricky.
Stephen.
You can be brought in front of the Duke, and you're all of you are immediately given a promotion, medals.
Ooh.
You're going to be trusted. I mean, even more trusted house retainers now. You are at the top level of the house, and
most importantly, some well-earned time off.
you can ask some time off. You get invited to the wedding as guests, not as
I blooming well hope so.
as guests, not as just staff, and you get to level up as well.
There we go. Field Marshal Atomica Heilemann.
Oh. I mean, what other sort of... Are there any ranks with Sook Doctor? I suppose, like...
Chief Surgeon Burton.
Yeah, Chief Surgeon sort of thing.
You
Yeah.
can Chief Surgeon. Yeah.
Head of medicine.
Surely, if anything, like most of my work has been with narcotics rather than actual surgery.
Head of medicine. I think head has been a major theme of tonight's session. One
Head
way
has
or
been,
another.
yes.
Oh God.
That's bad. Well, that finishes this section of the game.
Woo!
Are you the head of the Foreign Body Office, Darius?
The foreign body office.
That's a bit of a bomb steer.
Honestly,
Mhm.
some of these
cheek of
jokes
it.
are.
I think Phil deserves medals for putting up with us, frankly.
Oh, it's been great. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's been a while since you've run a game for us.
I like the way you set up the explosion with the last gun shield. What's docking? Steve wants to know.
Google it.
Stephen,
I'm not going to
Stephen-
say on the video, else it'll be taken down.
Stephen, yeah, I am similarly naive.
Well, I'm just
Don't do
saying
it at
that
work.
on the back of what Steve said, which gives a clue. If I'm honest, I didn't know what it was until like a few weeks ago, so I was fairly innocent too. Okay, you're all
So
looking up.
we're looking it up.
I'm not
it's
looking
probably
it
not
up.
something. I mean,
how did you go? How would you do that with heads, though? A severed head.
well, it was going back to the whole head play on words of what the head was sort of thing.
You
I'm assuming that I'm assuming that this would be completely irrelevant to Phil and Ronnie anyway, but now you know.
I have not looked it up. I am a very innocent, timid, innocent soul.
Well, you probably won't need to know what it is unless you go out with another man.
I don't know if it would necessarily come up then, frankly. I mean, that's pretty niche. And obviously
I
not
see what you're
popular in
saying.
America or Israel, but...
Why those two countries?
Well, because it's pretty normal in those two places to be circumcised.
Oh, I see. That's a good point, yes. FBI, forgive me. We'll check that out. Oh dear.
All right, Stephen, but I'm choosing to remain in blissful ignorance as well.
Maybe we should cut the broadcast at that point.
Yeah, well, there you go. I mean,
It can't go lower. It can't go lower than finishing on docking.
I wouldn't put money on it.
I'm officially a naughty man. All right, I'm cutting the broadcast.
Bye, Steve.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Thank you, Phil.